Hello students, today we will read Science chapter 13 Motion and Time Gati evam Samay. Okay, listen to carefully. In this chapter, we will study about motion, types of motion, distance and displacement, uniform and non-uniform motion, speed. Now, an object is said to be at rest if it does not change its position with respect to its surroundings with the passage of time. For example, a school bag lying on the table does not change its position until disturbed by somebody. Thus, they are considered to be in a state of rest. टेबल पर पड़ा एक स्कूल बैग तब तक अपनी पोजीशन चेंज नहीं कर सकता है जब तक कि कोई व्यक्ति उसे डिस्टर्ब ना करे। इस प्रकार इस स्टेट को रेस्ट स्टेट कंसीडर किया जाता है। An object is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its surroundings with the passage of time. For example, a moving car and children playing football change their position with respect to their surroundings fixed point. Thus, they are considered to be in a state of motion. Rest and motion are relative terms. Imagine yourself sitting in a moving car and looking outside. You will observe that your position is changing with respect to the trees, the lamp post, etc. However, your position is not changing with respect to another person sitting in the same car. Hence, we can say that rest and motion are relative terms. एक मूविंग कार में बैठने की इमेजिन करें और बाहर की ओर देखें। आप देख रहे हैं कि आपकी पोजीशन ट्री और लैंप पोस्ट के रिस्पेक्ट चेंज हो रही है, लेकिन आपकी पोजीशन उसी कार में बैठे किसी अनदर पर्सन के रिस्पेक्ट में चेंज नहीं हो रही है। इसलिए हम कह सकते हैं कि रेस्ट एंड मोशन रिलेटिव टर्म्स हैं। नाउ, motion in a straight line or linear motion. If the path of a moving body or object is a straight line, such a motion is known as a linear motion. यदि मूविंग बॉडी और ऑब्जेक्ट का पाथ एक स्ट्रेट लाइन है तो ऐसे मोशन को लीनियर मोशन के रूप में जाना जाता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, if a boy start moving from position A and passes through positions B and C to arrive at D as shown. Since the path from A to D is a straight line, the motion of the boy is said to be straight line or linear. Now, next topic, types of motion. First, linear motion. The motion of an object in a straight line is called linear motion. For example, motion of a free falling ball from a height. Next, circular motion. The motion of an object revolving around a fixed point is called circular motion. For example, motion of a blade of a table fan. Third, periodic motion. The motion of an object completing one revolution in certain time interval is called periodic motion. For example, motion of hand of a clock. Now, oscillatory motion. When any object executes repetitive motion with respect to a fixed point, then it is called a oscillatory motion. For example, motion of a pendulum. Now, random motion. When object executes random motion is called random motion. For example, motion of flying butterfly. Now, distance and displacement. Ali wants to reach his friend Ronak's house in 5 minutes. As can be seen from the given figure, the distance travelled from Ali's house to Ronak's house is 4 km plus 3 km, that is 7 km. This actual distance travelled is known as the distance, but the shortest distance calculated by joining the starting point and the destination point with the straight line is 5 km. This distance is known as displacement. Now, distance. It is the actual path covered by a moving object between its initial and final position. The SI unit of distance is meter. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter is equal to 1 lakh centimeter. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter is equal to 1 upon 1000 kilometer. 1 centimeter is equal to 1 upon 100 meter is equal to 1 upon 1 lakh kilometer. Displacement. It is the shortest distance between the initial and the final positions in a fixed direction. The SI unit of displacement is also meter. The other units are centimeter and kilometer. Difference between distance and displacement. It is the actual distance travelled between the initial and the final position. It is a scalar quantity. It depends on the path followed by the object. It is always positive. Displacement. It is the shortest distance between the initial and the position. It is a vector quantity. It does not depend on the path. It can be positive, negative, or zero. Now, uniform and non-uniform motion. First, uniform motion. If an object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, however small these intervals may be, its motion is said to be uniform motion. यदि कोई ऑब्जेक्ट इक्वल टाइम इंटरवल्स में इक्वल डिस्टेंस को कवर करती है जबकि ये इंटरवल्स स्मॉल हो सकते हैं, तब इस मोशन को यूनिफॉर्म मोशन कहा जाता है. इन यूनिफॉर्म मोशन neither speed nor direction of motion change with time. It means that if an object moves with a constant speed in a straight line, it is said to be in uniform motion. यूनिफॉर्म मोशन में ना तो स्पीड और ना ही डायरेक्शन टाइम के साथ चेंज होता है. इसका मीन्स यह है कि यदि कोई ऑब्जेक्ट एक स्ट्रेट लाइन में कांस्टेंट स्पीड से चलती है तो इसे यूनिफॉर्म मोशन में होना माना जाता है या कहा जाता है. द टेबल shows that the car covers equal distance in equal intervals of time. Thus, the motion is said to be uniform motion. The distance time graph for uniform motion is always a straight line. Now, second, non-uniform motion. If an object covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, its motion is said to be non-uniform. यदि कोई ऑब्जेक्ट इक्वल टाइम इंटरवल्स में अनइक्वल डिस्टेंस कवर करती है तो उस मोशन को नॉन यूनिफॉर्म मोशन कहा जाता है. When your school bus reaches your bus stop, its speed is 0. It slowly speeds up as it nears another bus stop. It slows down again and comes to 0 speed. The type of motion exhibited by this bus is known as non-uniform motion. Table shows that a body in motion covered equal distance in unequal. in unequal interval of time. Thus, this motion is said to be non-uniform motion. Distance time graph for non-uniform motion is not a straight line. Now, next topic is speed. Speed is defined as the distance traveled by a moving object per unit time. Speed is equal to distance traveled upon time taken. If distance is measured in meter and time is measured in second, then the unit of speed is meter per second. Other units of speed are kilometer per hour, centimeter per second, and meter per minute. Suppose a student starts from his home on bicycle at 8 a.m. in the morning and reaches his school after 5 minutes, which is 500 meters away from his home. Now, calculating speed, distance between home and school is equal to 500 meter and time taken by student to cover this distance is equal to 10 minutes. Then speed is equal to distance upon time is equal to 500 upon 10, then 50. So speed of the student is 50 meter per minute. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, इस तरीके से आपका चैप्टर 13 मोशन एंड टाइम कंप्लीट हुआ. थैंक यू सो मच.